until you took his hand and held on tight. 'Cause you were there in the midst of dangers there. You were there always. You were there when the hardest fight seemed so out of reach. Oh, you were there. You were always there. You were always there. So there you stood upon that hill, Abraham with knife in hand was poised to kill. But God in all his sovereignty had bigger plans, and just in time God brought a lamb. You were there in the midst of the unclear. You were there always. You were there when obedience seemed to not make sense. God, you were there. You were always there. You were always there. So haven't I learned that my way aren't as high as yours are, and you alone keep the universe from crumbling into dust. And you were God, and though we would not have understood you, there you were, hanging blameless on a cross. Lord, you would rather die than leave us in the dark. And every moment, every planned coincidence just all made sense with your last breath. You were there during history's darkest hour. You were there always. You were the victor and the king. You were the power in David's swing. You were the calm in Abraham. You were the God who understands. You were the strength when we had none. You were the living, the Holy One. You are, you were, and you will always be the risen Lamb of You are, and you will always be. You are, and you will always be the risen Lamb of God. The risen Lamb of God. The risen